that will never work. Well, hey guys, this is Jim, and for those of you who've been watching my previous videos, you may very well have been shouting at the camera going, that will never work, because the donor vehicle that I had, the axles were way too narrow. And so after I started really getting this vehicle torn apart, the 52 Chevy, I realized that those were not going to work at all. So I actually sold that frame and let that go. It's just one less thing in my shop, one less thing in the way. And those things are a dime a dozen. I can find them anywhere. They're available all the time if I have another project I need it for. Plus the extra operating cash is always a bonus. But what I ended up buying was this over here. What I got was a 1986 Caprice. Doesn't look like a whole lot on the outside, but the underpinnings are super solid. The frame on it's really good. The floor looks good. And I might just take a completely different tack with this whole build at this point. Because as I was saying in the previous videos, I was thinking of basically restubbing the front end and redoing the axle. And I need to take more measurements and really dig into that, but I might very well actually lift the body right off of this and possibly keep the floor on this vehicle, keep the floor on the frame, lift the rest of it off, and I might actually cut the floors out of this. If you recall, the floors in the 52 are actually pretty scuzzy. They've been patched at least 3 times. I mean, 3 different rounds of patches, not just 3 patches, but 3 different rounds of patching that have taken place. The trunk floor is gone. And so something like this might be a better answer, is to make more use of this. And I need to take more measurements and figure out how that'll work. I might be able to drop that car literally right over the top of this one once I take the body off of this. But I've already taken the hood and the trunk off and then realized I hadn't done any videos, so I better do that. But you can see, you know, factory paint. This thing is super solid. Nothing under there that's really rusty. And it's in really good shape. The frame is solid on it, and it doesn't look like anything because it's been primered over the top of the original green paint, but everything inside here is super solid. It was sitting in a backyard. It had been parked for he told me 3 years, so it seems reasonable. It seems like a reasonable amount of time, but with that exception, you can see some, you know, green stuff growing just from it sitting out in the tall grass. But you know, you take that aside, and I already have, I already changed the rear tires because the other ones were flat, as a pancake wouldn't hold air any longer than just getting it off the trailer. But with that exception, the fact that the interior reeks, you know, anything that's left out in damp conditions with grass growing underneath it, there's going to be some definitely going to be some repercussions, and the inside smells really bad. I'm hoping that the floors are as solid as they look, and I won't know for sure till I rip the interior apart on this. But definitely the driveline will work. The width of the rear axle is only 2 inches wider than the stock one on the 52. And so whether I decide to rebuild that rear end into the 52, or if I decide to go with the pulling the frame off the one and dropping it on the other, as I'm suggesting, because the wheelbase is only 1 inch off. This vehicle's wheelbase is only 1 inch longer. It's 116 inches on the 86 Caprice, and it's 115 inches on the 52 Styleline Deluxe. And so, you know, we're within 1 inch on the overall length of the wheelbase. So, and we're within 2 inches, and actually I thought those axles were a little narrow under the 52. I think this extra inch on each side is going to look really sweet, especially since I plan on running steelies anyway. I'm going to run, you know, I think steel rims kind of like these. And so it doesn't need to have like a massive offset or anything like that. So I think we'll be in good shape with this. Everything should work out. But again, more measuring. But for those of you who were concerned about the previous choice of donor vehicle, I think you'll find this one to be a lot more acceptable, and I don't think anybody's going to feel bad about seeing this body go away. So, I mean, if you're interested in any parts, get in touch with me. If I still got them, we'll make you a heck of a deal. Otherwise, she's going to go to scrap, whatever I cut off. So, hey, you guys have a great day out there, and be safe, whatever it is you're doing. God bless. Have a great day. Progress, baby, progress.